wanted to hop on here quick and share what I read in May as well as my June hopefuls. I have to admit, I'm not someone who can usually stick to a TBR, so we'll call them hopefuls and we'll just see how we make out at the end of the month. The first book that I read in the month of May was Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This feels like I read this so long ago now. Finished this closer to the beginning of May. Obviously, I probably started it at the end of April. I did a reread of Powerless and then I read Reckless for the first time in April. Finished Fearless in May, and I love this series by Lauren Roberts. I feel like I heard a lot of mixed reviews about this series. It is a YA fantasy romance, enemies to lovers. I do think that if you're new to the fantasy romance genre, this is a really good place to start. I love Kai Azar. Oh my god. Kai will forever be one of my favorite book boyfriends. I also listened to this on audio and the narrators do such an amazing job, and the guy who plays Kai Azar's voice, he's really good. But yeah, this was the first book that I read in the month of May and I really liked it. I have a hard time rating books out of 5 stars. I don't know why. This series as a whole would definitely be 5 stars for me, one of my favorites. This book on its own, I feel like I would probably give it a 4.5. Now that I've had the month to sit on it. Highly recommend this series by Lauren Roberts though, if you haven't already read it. Okay, after reading Fearless, I jumped into Daisy Hates by Jessa Hastings. Read this one on my Kindle, so I don't have a physical copy of it yet. I'm holding out because I want to honestly invest in the UK edition covers because they're just so much better than the North American covers are. So Daisy Hates is book 2 in the Magnolia Parks universe. Jessa Hastings just has a way with words and a way for just making you feel things. If you've read anything by her, you know what I mean. I feel like by now everybody's heard of the Magnolia Parks universe, but if you haven't, I always said I didn't want to explain it this way, but it is probably the best way to explain it. It's giving Gossip Girl but London vibes, and I feel like I hear everybody say that, but that truly is what it is. You're just basically following a group of London socialites and just the chaos that is their life. Actually, the audiobooks for this series as well, insane. It just really takes the story to the next level. The narrators have the British accent and it just makes it feel more authentic, and I'm obsessed with the Magnolia Parks universe. I love every single character. I really, really do. I'm so in between who my favorites are because they all are kind of my favorite for different reasons. Hi. Were you feeling left out? I had no idea what to expect going into Daisy Hates, but I was hooked from the get-go and I haven't been able to stop. I'm a huge fan. I went immediately from Daisy Hates into Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, which is book number 3. So this series basically has been alternating between Magnolia and BJ and then Daisy, Christian, Julian, and you get so many point of views between all of these books and I love it. Having multiple POVs is my favorite thing ever. And that being said, book number 4 that I read in May was Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. Also book number 4 in the Magnolia Parks universe. I feel like every book in this series just keeps getting better and better. Asked me to pick a favorite and I don't know if I could. I love them all so much. Ugh. I actually said to a few of my friends on Instagram that I think this is the first time I've read something and really understood what people mean when they say that a book or a series altered their brain chemistry. I get it now. This series has altered my brain chemistry. I feel like these are my friends. I feel like you hear everybody say that, but Jessa Hastings just knows what she's doing. The next book I finished in May is the audiobook I most recently listened to, and that was Amid Clouds and Bones by Ella Fields. This book I went into completely blind. I had no idea what it was about, and I think that kind of worked against me this time. Normally I love going into a book blind. I almost wish I had have known better what I was getting into. Unfortunately, this did not feel like a book that was for me. I did struggle to get through it, and I don't know if that was a me problem because I'm so wrapped up in the Magnolia Parks universe, or if it was partly my mood, or if it was just not a book that was written for me. It's a spicy fantasy romance, I guess. It's to me, it was really spicy. And I'm okay with spice in books, but I feel like I need there to be I don't know how to explain it. This book felt like spice just to be spicy. That's all I'm gonna say. I did finish it though, and if I were to give it a rating, it would probably be somewhere around like a 3.5, 3.75 if I'm being honest, which isn't terrible. It was like a silly fun time, just not what I was expecting. Okay, so as for what I'm currently reading, I am roughly 34% of the way through Summer in the City by Alex Astor. This is an adult contemporary romance. This is giving 2000s rom-com in the best way. I'm currently on chapter 14. Page 105. So let me see what I have left here. I'm really loving this. This book is the cutest thing I've ever seen. The physical hardback is like, it's pink and red and it has this little angel or like Cupid on it. So cute. I love the pink and red. And the map of New York is just so stinking cute. Like, I'm actually obsessed with this. I think it's adorable. This is like billionaire fake dating, takes place in New York. She is a screenplay writer and he is like the CEO of a tech company, I believe. I'm really enjoying this though, so I can't wait to sit back down with it. I'm also currently 13% into Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, which is Magnolia and BJ's final book in the series, which is making me really nervous, but I am loving being back in their world so much. I've missed Magnolia and BJ, and like even 13% in, there's been so many moments where I'm just like, oh my god, my heart. I love BJ Valentine. I feel like so many people love Christian and Julian, and I totally get it, but there is just something about BJ for me. He's probably my favorite. But yeah, Summer in the City, Magnolia Parks, Into the Dark, those are my first two June hopefuls, I guess, that I'm currently reading. Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh just released this past week, and there has been so much talk surrounding this book and surrounding this series. I saw a reel yesterday that sent me over the edge. I was like, oh my god, I watched it and I felt all the feels. So I've not read the Boys of Tommen series at all yet, but after seeing this reel yesterday, I was just like, oh, this feels like a series that I'm going to love. I know that there's like a lot of dark subject matter in here, like a lot of trauma. This does sound like a series that I will really enjoy. I mean, like, enjoy feels like a weird thing to say because I know that it's also a really heavy series, but I mean, I am just somebody who loves a little emotional devastation. What can I say? Another book I'm in the middle of right now. Let me see where I am. I don't usually have multiple books on the go. Usually I try to read one book at a time, but something came over me last week and I ended up in the middle of like 5 books at once. So another one that I'm in the middle of, I'm 49% of the way through Direbound by Sable Sorensen. This was the book club pick for a book club that I follow over on Patreon. And yeah, again, I don't know if it's just because I was so wrapped up with Magnolia Parks and that universe. It's just felt really slow for me. My head has just like not been in it at all. So I've kind of tentatively put it on the back burner for now. I am gonna get back to it. Not gonna finish that one in May, obviously, so it's moving forward to my June hopefuls list. So we'll see if I can get through it by the end of June, hopefully. Well, I heard so many good things about this book, so I really wanted to like it. I don't know if this is a case of right book, wrong time, or what. Basically, it takes place in like an academy setting where our main female character has bonded with a direwolf essentially, but something happened at the beginning of the book and she's trying to get to like the front lines of this war. She didn't anticipate that she would bond with the wolf. So yeah, I'm halfway through this. I will finish it hopefully by the end of June. And then the last book that I've started already and kind of in the middle of, not really, I'm about 25% of the way through a book called In Beds of Flowers, and this is by an author named Jess Lane. I follow her on Instagram and she was just promoting her book, and it is available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, so I decided to download it on my Kindle one day and I was just like in the mood for this type of a story. Another fantasy romance. I believe this is like enemies to lovers. This is her debut novel and I just think the cover of this book is so pretty. So far I'm having like a good fun time with this, so I will definitely finish this book and keep you posted, but this is another one of my June hopefuls for the month. So for audiobook, I need to continue on with the ACOTAR series because as you can see, I have the full Throne of Glass series here now. I've been collecting it and I have all the books, even though I have yet to read one of them. I need to get through ACOTAR. So far, I've read A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, which means next I have to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. So ACOTAR was just kind of like okay for me. I know a lot of people say this is the series that got them back into reading. I can't say that for myself. If I were to pick a fantasy series that got me back into reading, it would probably be Fourth Wing and the Empyrean series. But I had to know what this was all about. Court of Mist and Fury got better for sure, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily like my favorite book ever. I'm excited to go into this. I hope that the stories just keep getting better and better. And then to be completely honest with you, I'm actually just really excited to get to A Court of Silver Flames. I don't know yet, but I have a feeling just based on what I see other people saying online that I'm gonna be a Nesta girly. So I'm really excited to get to A Court of Silver Flames. But first, we've got to do this. So this is going to be my audiobook for the time being. Another thing I love doing with an audiobook is like an immersive read, reading the book at the same time as listening to the audiobook. Like I've never zoned in so well on a book when I'm reading, when I have the audio in my ears as well. So I will definitely probably be immersive reading this with the audio, but also doing the audio when I'm cooking, cleaning, commuting back and forth to work, and just getting ready, doing stuff around the house. So I'm excited to continue with this series. So my last June hopeful is The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. Can't lie to you, I think Jessa Hastings is probably my favorite author right now. Like I've never read anything like her writing. I heard so many good things about this when it was released, and I had such bad FOMO when everybody was reading this. And I thought about starting it, but I know there's little Easter eggs, references to the Magnolia Parks universe. I can't believe how many times I've probably said that phrase in this video, and I'm so sorry. But I wanted to experience it the way that I saw everyone else experiencing it who had read Magnolia Parks first. So as soon as I'm done with Into the Dark, I will be jumping immediately into The Conditions of Will. And if you're watching this and you're a fan of Jessa Hastings, I know you already know that she just announced yesterday she's releasing a new book in July, and I'm so freaking excited. I'm so excited for that release because I believe it takes place in the 90s, which I am such a 90s baby. For those of you who don't know, I am in my mid-30s, so I grew up in the 90s and it's my favorite era ever. So I'm so excited for Time of Your Life. I'm also equally excited to get to this in June. I can't wait to read this. And Jessa Hastings and Emmy Lawless just have the most insane cover artwork ever. Like, this book is so pretty. Anyways, that brings me to the end of this video. Those are the books that I read in May, as well as the books I'm hoping to get to in June. Let me know what yours were down below in the comments. If you're new around here, I hope you stick around by subscribing. I have also been having a lot of fun over on Instagram, so you can follow me there as well. And with that, I will see you in my next video. Bye.